From First Coast News, this is Good Morning Jacksonville.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, and your first big story at 6:30. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has identified a man who was shot and killed on the city's west side. This happened Tuesday afternoon.
19-year-old Raquan Backey, he was found dead on Shelby Creek Road. Now, police don't have any suspect information at this time to go on, but they're asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers at 866-845-TIPS.
I'm Alex Ositis in North Jacksonville this morning, where the owners of this restaurant are at the center of a federal investigation. That's after agents raided their home looking for possible human trafficking, but what they found wasn't that. It was actually several undocumented workers. Where this case stands, and we'll hear from an attorney about immigration and human trafficking coming up in your Power Block of News in just a few minutes.
And we have a heads up for beachgoers out in Georgia. Bacteria that was found at East Beach and St. Simons Island may make you sick.
The county health department issued a warning on Tuesday. It's the same area where bacteria was actually found in June as well, so you want to avoid swimming there if possible and make sure seafood you catch there is really good washed and cooked before you eat it. All right, let's check on today's forecast. Storm expert Lindsay Boach in the house this morning. Morning, Lindsay.
Hey, good morning, Louis. Good morning to all of you on this Wednesday morning. And we see those showers and storms return this afternoon. So if you want to head out to the beach, I suggest doing it in the morning as opposed to the afternoon. And then once we get into Thursday, we'll see that widespread thunderstorm activity, and this could lead to some drainage problems. So be very mindful of that. Temperatures inland in those low 70s along the coast, mid to upper 70s, 81 right now in Fernandina. Continuing to warm up through the rest of the day today, but we'll keep our eyes to the south and the west as we have some moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico that's going to make its way across the state, bringing some showers and some thunderstorms through the afternoon. Precision forecast looking like our northern portions of Florida, so Nassau County, and then our southern portions of Georgia along the coast. Seeing those showers about 3:30, 4 o'clock. We'll time it all out for you. Coming up right now, let's go to Katie Jeffries in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. All right, let's get you guys out the door. This is a look towards I-95 near State Road 16, so down there kind of near where the outlets are in St. Augustine, and things there look very nice. Let's take a look towards your traffic maps. Checking back in on those bridges downtown. Looks like whatever was going on the Matthews Bridge, that slowdown that we saw on the eastbound side, has cleared itself up. No problems there. The Hart, the Main, the Acosta, or the Fuller Warren, they're all open and traveling up to speed. Take a wider look here towards your interstates, and you can see that I-95, whether you're coming from Georgia towards Jacksonville, St. Johns County towards Jacksonville, it looked great. 295, no slowdowns. They picked up the construction near San Jose, and also I-10 from Lake City all the way towards Jacksonville is moving up to speed. Overall, it's been a good start to the morning, but tonight you could maybe see a slow commute because of the rain. Back to you.
God bless our service people and the families that pay the price.
Yeah, community came together to help bless that family of a fallen Marine from Jacksonville. Sergeant Joseph Murray was one of 16 service members who died in a military plane crash in July. Got this photo. It shows just some of the turnout at the Zaxby's and Regency last night. Line out the parking lot as the restaurant donated some of its proceeds to Murray's family. Deanna Murray is Joseph's sister-in-law. She says fundraisers like the one that we saw last night helping the rest of the family as they get ready to lay Joseph to rest.
Thank you for all the support. It really does mean a lot. I know the Murrays are in North Carolina right now still, just in preparation, and they really do appreciate everything.
So 20% of all sales went to that family. That means more than $1,000 was raised at Zaxby's last night. If you'd still like to help out, we have posted a link to a GoFundMe page for the Murrays on our website. It's firstcoastnews.com.
Well, most of us get wrong number calls to our phone every once in a while, but a Jacksonville woman says her phone is coming from Facebook. The problem, this is where it all stems from. Olivia Carr says her phone number is listed as a contact for the Duval County Courthouse on social media on that website. Could you imagine? But she has no ties to that building. She says she reported the problem to Facebook, but she's still getting the calls.
Nothing happened. So it's been like almost a year now, I guess, and my report still says pending. It's just a terrible situation because I get calls sometimes 5 times a day.
Okay, so we found out the courthouse staff has no ties to the page since it was auto-created by Facebook after people started searching for it. So Facebook says it's looking into the problem with Olivia's phone, but now her phone number is still listed as the contact for that page. Poor Olivia.
Rough. All right, this is just one of the problems that we have seen in Jacksonville lately because of stalled or delayed CSX trains. It's things that neighbors said they've seen before, but the delays seem to be getting longer. This specific train blocked the entrances to a neighborhood in Ortega Hills for hours back in June, and you see what the family's having to do there. That is so very dangerous. And now it appears that the company's CEO is blaming his employees for some of its delays and disruptions. CEO Hunter Harrison sent an email to shipping customers after they complained of longer or unpredictable transit times. Now that email reads in part, quote, "Pace of change at CSX has been extremely rapid. And while most people at the company have embraced the new plan, unfortunately, a few have pushed back and continue to do so. This resistance to change has resulted in some service disruptions," end quote. Harrison also told customers that CSX's marketing teams will do more to keep them informed of changes and delays as they move forward. Keitha.
Tuesday, the Clay County School Board terminated its contract with the Orange Park Performing Arts Academy. The school's founder says it is now in transition to become a private school for the upcoming school year. See, there's been a lot of talk lately about public schools' opposition to charter schools because of Florida's new law that allows House Bill 7069. So we wanted to know, what exactly are the differences between charter and public schools? First Coast News anchor Anthony Austin breaks it down.
Charter schools started popping up in 1996. Since then, they are in 46 of 67 school districts in the Sunshine State. So what's the difference between a charter school and a public school? Well, according to the Department of Education, charter schools are tuition-free public schools created through an agreement or charter, typically between the school and the local district school board. So this agreement gives the charter school a measure of expanded freedom relative to traditional public schools in return for a commitment to higher standards of accountability. So in a nutshell, that means charter schools have more flexibility in what they teach. In exchange for that flexibility, students are required to hit higher benchmarks. A charter contract is between the charter school's governing board and the sponsor. It details the school's mission, program, goals, students served, methods of assessment, and ways to measure success. The contract also outlines expectations of both parties regarding the school's academic and financial performance. Charter schools are organized as or operated by a nonprofit organization and receive most of their money from the state. Federal funding through grants are also available. Now, they must follow the same standards as public schools when it comes to services to students with disabilities, civil rights, student health, safety, and welfare. Charter schools are also required to keep public records, hold public meetings, have a public inspection, and can be prone to penalties. The sponsor school district's policies do not apply to a charter school. FloridaCharterSchools.org explains that every charter school has to be evaluated on its academic progress and how they hold up their end of the school's binding contract. Each school is evaluated and assigned a school grade using the same standards and criteria as traditional public schools. So in conclusion, a charter school is just another option for parents and more flexibility for students.
With kids heading back to school, let's talk about the rules for passing a school bus. When you're on a two-lane road, both sides have to stop. That's pretty obvious. But what if you're on a multi-lane road that's paved across? Well, both sides there have to stop as well. And if you're on a multi-lane road where you've got maybe a grassy median in between or some type of divider, what's the rule then? This is usually the confusing part. The side with the bus does need to stop, but the side on the other side of the raised median or the grassy median, that can proceed. Just proceed with caution. Back to you.
All right, Katie, thank you. 6:38 is your time. And still to come, a teen decides he just can't wait to get off a plane. At 6:48, what happened after he opened an emergency exit and ran onto a tarmac in California? Can't be good. But first, another live look outside. Yes. What a good start to your Wednesday. How's the finish to your Wednesday going to be? How's the whole day's forecast shaping up? Storm expert Lindsay Boach will have another look at your forecast coming up.
What a beautiful start to your day.
But it's going to take a turn.
I know. Can we just soak this in, though? Just look at this sunrise. It is absolutely beautiful out there at Jacksonville Beach. But yes, as we head into the afternoon especially, we'll start to see those showers and storms popping up. But a great start to your day nonetheless. It is Wednesday. We've only got 2 more days until the weekend. Let's try and stay positive. Temperatures today right around 87 degrees. Again, once we get into those afternoon hours, though, we'll start to see those showers and storms popping up. A majority of us by about 2:30 will have already started to see that rain, and that will continue to move into the northern portions of our viewing area. So all this rain coming from the southwest, moving to the southeast. This is a system that's in the Gulf of Mexico right now that's going to be tracking again to the north and the east. So your drive to work is looking pretty good. The drive home, probably a little bit dicey.
We have seen waterfall from the sky before.
Have we though, Katie?
We've seen rain, so just drive like you've seen it before. That's the advice I can give you so far this morning. Here's a look towards the Buckman Bridge. Things there look pretty nice. I'm not seeing any major problems, so that is great to be able to see. If you're driving across, of course, you're going to have some congestion, but it's not too bad out there. I saw a great meme. You have to go to my Twitter, #Katie'sCommuters. It's the Phelps face, and it says the look you have when you have to drive across the Buckman in the morning. I'm sure many of you understand that feeling, but at least no accidents so far today.
Looking pretty good. Thanks, Katie.
So far, so good. Thank you, guys. 42 minutes past the hour. So wicked weather caught on camera at a Florida airport. Wow, did you see that? At 6:48, what happened after lightning hit a plane? This is out in Fort Myers.
Plus, undocumented employees found at a home in Jacksonville, several of them. It's after a raid by federal agents. Alex Osiris has that story when your Power Block of News begins in 2 minutes.
And welcome back. It's time now for your Power Block of Nonstop News. A new report shows that the president may be directing the Justice Department to sue universities and colleges over their affirmative action policies. The New York Times says it's obtained a document that tells the Justice Department to investigate institutions whose policies discriminate against white applicants. Now, in this article, the Justice Department declined to give any official statement about this. Much more coming up on Good Morning America and the Today Show. That's starting at 7 this morning. And in southeast Georgia, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation says it's finished looking into a police-involved shooting that ended with a suspect dead. This happened in July.
An off-duty officer shot and killed a suspect after that man apparently stabbed a woman in Brunswick. Now the GBI says it'll give this case over to the district attorney now to see if that shooting was actually justified. Now in Jacksonville, 2 local restaurant owners are now accused of harboring undocumented workers in their home, and it was a part of a nationwide effort to crack down on human trafficking, human smuggling. Alex Osiris joins us now live with the latest on this case. Morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Lewis. And it's the owners of this restaurant that are at the center of that federal investigation after agents raided their home just a few minutes away from this restaurant, actually. And it was reportedly seeking a 16-year-old Guatemalan boy thought to be part of a smuggling case. But when agents arrived at that house, they found something completely different. It was actually a number of undocumented workers that they were able to find there. Some were even sleeping on the floor, and agents raiding that home, the home of Liang Wuyong and Xiao Rong Liao. Now, some of those people, again, living in conditions, they're being paid under the table by that couple who owned this restaurant here in River City Marketplace. 6 of the people found in that home were arrested on immigration violations, 5 of which had entered the country illegally. 1 person did not have the appropriate paperwork, according to officials. And we spoke with an immigration attorney, not only to help understand the immigration side of things, but also to help understand more about human smuggling. Here's Susan Pye.
Child trafficking, and that's a criminal enterprise that is supposed to fall within the purview of this operation, not you overstayed your visa.
Now, we do want to make clear Pye is not associated with this specific case, and we're also wanting to make clear that Leo and Young have not been arrested in connection with this case, but the grand jury could move that case forward if the government pursues this case. Reporting live in North Jacksonville, Alex Osiris, First Coast News.
The time right now is 6:48 on this Wednesday morning. The Secretary of State hosted a rare press briefing Tuesday and spoke at length about America's next move for North Korea.
We're trying to convey to the North Koreans, we are not your enemy, we're not your threat, but you are presenting an unacceptable threat to us.
So Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says the U.S. is open to sitting down with North Korean officials to talk about the strained relationship. This as the United States prepares to test its own intercontinental ballistic missile in California. That launch is set to happen at Vandenberg Air Force Base sometime before our 9 o'clock hour. A scare of the tarmac at the International Airport in San Francisco on Tuesday. A teenager opened an emergency exit door on Copa Airlines after it landed there. That 17-year-old was detained by a construction crew working on the airfield, and he was taken in for a mental health evaluation. No one knows why, though. He jumped out of the plane, but he opened the exit door. How freaky is that? Speaking of freaky, at an airport, no less. Watch this as lightning strikes that plane in Fort Myers. Video taken 2 weeks ago, though, of a man being struck by lightning on the tarmac. 21-year-old Austin Dunn was walking under the nose of the plane when lightning hit the tail, traveled through the nose, and then hit him. He was thrown backwards. He did suffer some third-degree burns, but as you see there, he's laid up in the hospital. He's out of the hospital now. This is a hard enough feat to accomplish with your eyes open and Google there for you, as well as YouTube to show you any cheats, but check it out. This is a video of New York City of a man who solves Rubik's Cubes with his eyes closed and juggles the cube, and he's doing it with one hand also. But notice everyone around him doesn't really care, do they? I know, Keitha, you said, you've been on the subway there in New York City before. It's kind of like, I just need to get to where I'm going. Please don't hassle me. It's that kind of town. But somebody did shoot video of it, and I'm just kind of like, I can't.
Someone was impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in New York, and when you're in the subway, you kind of just focus like, look, I want to get to where I'm going. I don't want to be distracted by all this. And so they weren't bothered. Unbothered. All right, thanks for that, Lou. Your time now, 6:50. Ooh, look at this gorgeous shot outside Jacksonville Beach right now on this Wednesday morning, Wednesday hump day. Let's check in now with storm expert Lindsay Vogt for a look at how the rest of your day is shaping up. Lindsay.
Hey, good morning, Keitha. Good morning to all of you. Yeah, it's a beautiful start to the day. However, once we get into this afternoon, we'll see those showers and storms starting to pick up across the First Coast. We'll time that out for you here in just a minute, but temperatures this morning, pretty nice out there. We'll see those highs in the mid to upper 80s today. A little bit cooler out toward the beaches, but otherwise pretty nice start. So we're dry right now on the radar, even not a whole lot of clouds out there, but you start to see those clouds building in the western portions of the state and the panhandle, and this moisture here in the Gulf of Mexico. That's what we're going to be watching as that moves to the north and the east across the First Coast through the day today. So Duval County, some areas could see 2 to 3 inches of rain, so drainage issues could be a problem. Localized flooding, if you're in an area that typically floods when we see a lot of rain, just watch out for that. We'll see those storms increasing after 2 o'clock and again from the south and the west. Down in St. Johns County, Flagler County, same story. We'll see those showers and storms from the southwest, and then out towards St. Augustine, Palm Coast, heavy amounts of rain for you guys. Clay and Putnam counties, you guys are going to see some of these showers and storms as well. Not as much rain as in Nassau County, as in Camden County, and Glynn County as well, but you still see a good amount of rain. Tonight we have the Straight No Chaser concert. That's going to be at Daly's Place. Katie did remind me you can't bring an umbrella. You can bring a poncho, though. You're probably going to need those for the concert tonight. Let's go to Katie Jeffries in the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
We got an accident to talk about on I-95 northbound. This is between the 8th Street exit and the exit for MLK. We've got 2 lanes there blocked. Several officers on scene, so you can see traffic being reduced, it looks like, to 2 lanes, and that's causing quite a backup. Let's take a look here at your traffic maps in case you're unclear of where that is. It's just north of the downtown area. Again, 95 northbound here between the 8th Street exit and the MLK exit. You could take Main Street here if you want to try and avoid it and go around, but it looks like 2 lanes there are blocked and traffic is backing up pretty quickly. We'll keep watching that one. If you're traveling across one of the bridges, they're all looking fine at the moment, all those downtown bridges, and no crashes on the Buckman or the Dames either. You've got your typical I-10 congestion picking up between 295 and downtown, about 7 minutes, but that's going to build. Your routes in from the beaches, currently accident-free. Really, the only crash we're following is, again, that issue on 95 northbound just before MLK. Back to you.
Thank you, Katie. At 6:53, time for your top stories. Help you get out the door this morning. A new trial date has been set in the assault case against Russell Tillis. He'll go back before a jury in October after a mistrial was declared in July. He was accused of assaulting a police officer, and then while he was in custody, apparently let it slip that he'd killed Joni Lynn Gunter. Now, Tillis is due back in court this month to face that murder charge.
The community puts such a huge trust in us to do the right thing and, to keep the community safe. This is a chance for them to see what it is that we do and see that trust that they give us.
Police hit the streets in Jacksonville Beach to build up relationships with the community. The department hosted National Night Out last night so residents could meet first responders.
Police used this event as an opportunity, obviously, to reach out and talk to people and talk about the death of Glenn McNeil Jr. as well. He was shot and killed during 4th of July celebrations. Police have not made any arrests. They haven't named any suspects either. As soon as we learn more about that, we'll bring you updates on air and online.
Afraid that it could have hit you?
Oh yeah, we looked about 6 feet away. The bullet was right there on the cockpit.
Wow, well, this is a developing story this morning. A scare for flyers at Orlando's International Airport Tuesday. Police say a federal agent was going through security when he dropped his bag and accidentally shot himself in the foot.
Wow, the agent was apparently trying to catch the bag, but it ended up pulling the trigger. He was shot in the heel, but he's going to be all right.
Wow.
All right, folks, stay out of the water. That's what the Glenn County Health Department is telling anyone heading to East Beach and St. Simon's Island today. Bacteria was found there Tuesday, and it could make you sick. That same bacteria was found in that spot back in June. So any seafood caught from that water, from that spot, you're urged to make sure you wash it properly and cook it thoroughly before you eat it. Well, the Clarewhite Mission in downtown Jacksonville is cleaning up damage after a bulldozer hit that building on Tuesday.
The backhoe hit a car before slamming into the front door of the mission's new housing project for veterans. No one was hurt, but the building was set to house some VA offices this year. It's unclear when those offices will be open now. That's too bad. The Jacksonville Firefighters Union now wants the city to take action to make sure more parts of town are better covered by first responders. The city recently approved funding for a new fire station, so the fire union says putting a new station on Gate Parkway near the St. John's Town Center would speed up response times out there. Union President Brandy Wise says the spots there that are undeveloped will not stay undeveloped for long.
Going back to the west, we have stuff we have to cover. There's really nothing to cover from this way back to the east. But what will happen, that will continue to grow, and this fire station will be there to support and be able to respond to those areas to the east.
Until a permanent station can be built, the department will have a fire truck and crew at a station on Bay Meadows Road that will cover that area specifically.
Later today, Jacksonville's mayor says he'll make an announcement, he'll make it official, that he's making a formal announcement about a move to use $1.1 million to add 9 more after-school program sites to the city.
So the announcement from the mayor happens at 9:30 this morning. We'll let you know what happens, how it goes at firstcoastnews.com as well at noon. Hey, if you play the Florida Lottery's Lucky Money game, listen up. There was a ticket worth $2 million sold in Jacksonville, so that might help you out. It was sold at the Publix at the corner of Argyle Forest and Blanding Boulevards, and here are the numbers, if you have it handy: 23, 30, 38, 47, and that old lucky ball was 15.
Good luck, folks.
All right, forecast before we go.
Yeah, we got some rain to talk about, especially as we head into the afternoon. Your commute to work's looking good weather-wise. It's just going to be home that it might be a little bit dicey, so just watch out for that. And we warm up as we head into the weekend. Temperatures in those low 90s, but starting those showers and storms right around 1 o'clock this afternoon and moving to the north and the east through the day.
So slow it down this evening. This is a look at the crash on I-95 northbound just past the 8th Street exit near MLK. Down to 2 lanes, so very slow. Maybe take Main Street instead.
Oh, what a mess. But it's hump day, right? We're halfway there. Have a great one. We'll see you in 30 minutes. Gorgeous out there at Jacksonville Beach.